Hi everyone, welcome back to ASMR Molly Belly. Today I thought I would it's been requested that I talk about my favorite things that I've used as a mom, what we're going to use for this baby, what we're not. I'll show you the outfit we got for coming home from the hospital. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is drying. But yeah, so we're just going to talk about pregnancy, baby things. It'll kind of be like a ramble type thing. Most of the baby stuff is in my kids' room and they're already asleep, so this will be more of like a talk about it thing instead of show you. But I am going to show you the outfit we bought for this baby. So, this shirt says new to the crew in brown. It's a long sleeve because you want to keep your babies warm. So there's the shirt. I'll just put it here so you can see it all together. And then if you didn't know, turtles are my very favorite. And look at the pants. They're cute. They're so cute. They're turtles. I love them. It's adorable. I'm just in love with this little outfit. Look how cute that is. So this will be the coming home outfit. If it's a boy, we do have a little hat. We'll tie a knot at the top. If it's a girl, I'm going to bring like a pink bow. We don't know, but we're excited. So that's the little going home outfit we got for this baby. We have got a new outfit for each of our kids for coming home from the hospital. Just it makes it a little more special. And I just love the turtles. I think it's so cute. So, this is our going home outfit. The ice machine's about to go off. Sorry guys. I have had a crazy productive day. I deep cleaned my house. I got some homework done. I mean, I didn't clean off the piano yet, but I did like the dishes, which I normally do, but like I scrubbed the sink, I swept and mopped, we vacuumed, hung up clothes, folded laundry. Like, I had a nap too, so that was nice. So my day's just been very, very busy. So I'm really tired. It's about 9:30. My kids have been asleep for about an hour and a half already. My grandpa just stopped watching his movie, so it's finally quiet to film. But baby things. So let's talk about swaddles. There's so many different kinds of swaddles. There's like the Velcro ones, there's ones with zippers. So my first kid, I don't know what this baby is yet, but my first baby was a boy, and he wore a swaddle after, like, while he was sleeping for like 2 weeks, and then he refused to be swaddled. Refused. Like, he would cry and cry and cry until we took it off of him. So he really only used it for 2 weeks. And because he was born in the winter, we swaddled him in a blanket and then did the Velcro one over him. And yeah, even to this day, he'll fall asleep with a blanket on, but he'll kick it off as soon as he falls asleep. Like, he gets hot really, really fast and he sweats really, really easy. So, he does not like those still. Like, he doesn't like to be covered and stuff when he's asleep. So, that's my first kid. My second kid, Cordelia, she loved it. She still kind of gets swaddled. We did the same thing for her with the blanket and then the swaddle, just because we live in a basement that kind of gets cold. Sorry guys. She loved the swaddle. She used it every night. She would sleep, and then she still gets wrapped in a blanket when we put her to bed, pretty loosely though, so she's like movable, so she can move, but she still likes to be snuggled. So I feel like every kid is different depending on what snuggle they like. My friend, her son likes the one where it's like a tank top and a zipper so his arms can move. I have a feeling that this baby I'm pregnant with right now, I have a feeling that he or she is not going to like to be swaddled, because my nose is itchy. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I feel like they won't. Sorry guys. I feel like they won't like being swaddled because of how much they move while they're inside of me right now. My first baby felt just like this. He would move all the time, and so I have a feeling like maybe this baby won't like it, he or she. So I feel like every baby's different with that. Some people like it, some people don't. So swaddles, you kind of just have to figure out what your kid likes. Yeah. For our first kid, I didn't really use a swing or a bouncer very much. Mainly because I was holding him the whole time. I was snuggling him, loving on him, you know. And then when we had our second baby, I would still hold her and snuggle her, but I had to take care of a toddler at the same time. So having a swing and a bouncer those were really, really helpful. So that I could get up, make him lunch, things like that, do the laundry, clean, whatever, without being just like sitting there holding her. So that's something I do recommend, especially if it's like a second or third or later child, you know, but by then you probably already know. However, kids are also finicky with those. My daughter didn't like the bouncer. My son loved the bouncer but hated the swing. So like each kid is different. You kind of just have to figure out what they like, what they don't like. So with that, we use a lot of soft blankets. We have some thinner ones because this baby's going to be born in the summer, so we have some thinner swaddle blankets. Lots of clothes. We have lots of clothes. That's one of the reasons we're being surprised with this baby, is because we have clothes for boys and girls, so, and gender neutral clothes. So we're like, might as well just have a surprise, right? So we're really excited for that. What other things did I love? I didn't ever really use bibs. I feel like we kind of wasted money on them with our first kid. Like, he still got it on his clothes whether he wore a bib or not. So we either just like would take his shirt off while he ate messy things, or I mean, they're washed, their clothes they wash. So if it was like a fancy outfit, like a special outfit, we would take the clothes off, but usually we would just let them get messy, and then wash the clothes. I mean, you have to wash the bibs anyways, so it's kind of like the same thing. in my opinion. So I feel like that was kind of a waste of money. We don't use mittens, like the newborn mittens. We don't do that because then they just suck on them and then they get cold. And you can, after like a couple weeks, when their nails get stronger, you can cut their nails. So I don't think that's something that, we got them as a gift, but I don't think I would ever spend money on them. We have a lot of socks. We love the Carter's brand of socks because the ankles, like, they're not like constricting, but like they are tight enough where they don't slide off their feet really easy and lose them. So the Carter's brand of newborn socks, or like little baby socks, those have been my favorite. They stay really, really well. And you don't lose them as well as more, I can't speak. You don't lose them as much as you lose other types of socks. We also have like little Velcro sock slipper things. We loved those. They were so cute, and like they keep their feet warm, you know, and they stay on really well. Let's see, favorite brand. Our favorite brand of diapers and wipes is Huggies, or Kirkland brand diapers, not their wipes. Their wipes are like flat. They don't have any like design. What I love about the Huggies wipes is there's like ridges, so when you wipe the poop, it grabs it easier. Whereas Pampers and Kirkland brand wipes, they're just flat and like smooth. They don't wipe it as well, so you end up using more. So we love the Huggies wipes. The Huggies and Kirkland diapers, Huggies and Kirkland brand diapers are very similar, especially the smaller sizes of the Kirkland brand. All of the Huggies sizes that I found have these, but the Kirkland brand stops doing this at like 3 or 4 size. But they have like a pocket in the back, so if there's like a blowout or like there's a lot of poo, you know, it goes into that instead of out. I mean, you'll still get blowouts and stuff, but we found those 2 brands of diapers, Huggies in particular, we had less poo blowouts in their clothes and stuff. Pampers doesn't work very well in our opinion. I didn't like the Honest brand diapers. Loves, no. Parents' Choice and Up and Up, they weren't very good either. We love Huggies. We only get Huggies. For pull-ups, that's a different thing. For pull-ups, when my son does pull-ups, we do the Pampers Easy Ups or the Huggies. I mean, pull-ups don't really matter because they don't really have as many, they don't have blowouts, but what else? I do suggest obviously talking to your pediatrician, but sleep training as soon as you're allowed, because my kids are terrible when it comes to sleep, and you are going to lose your sanity if you don't get a good night's rest. And still, my kids wake up at night, and I don't think I've had a full night's sleep for like 3-4 years now. So I do suggest sleep training your babies. I sleep trained my daughter. I wish I would have done it earlier when she didn't know how to stand up in her bed, because then she would have learned how to soothe herself. We love the Ferber method, where you like let them cry for 5 minutes and then you go and like pat them, give them their binky, whatever, and then you wait another 5 minutes and then you go to 10 minutes. So you go like 2 of 5, 2 of 10, 2 of 15, and that was like my max. I'd let them cry at a time, but it worked really quickly with her. So I suggest that one, because then like they learn to self-soothe, but they also know like that you're there for them and they're not, and like they're safe and whatever. Because I feel bad as a mom just letting my baby cry. Like, I feel terrible. So and I know that's controversial, but you gotta do what you feel is right for your child. So, binkies, we used binkies. My daughter stopped taking a binky at like 6 months old, which was like, oh my gosh, I need you to take a binky, because there are times I found that there's times where she'll just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry, and then as soon as my husband holds her, she stops, she's fine. So sometimes your kids just, especially with my daughter, does this. My son doesn't really do this, but my daughter, sometimes she just wants her dad. So that may be a reason they're crying, is they just want the other parent. What else? Oh, we do the green binkies, like that are kind of like a nipple, not the ones that are flat on the bottom. My kids didn't like the ones that are flat on the bottom. They like the round ones. For bottles, I mean, I nursed my kids, but sometimes, like, when I got COVID really, really bad and was in the hospital, when my son was like 9-10 months old, and so I had to stop nursing him, and we did formula after that, because he wouldn't nurse anymore. And so, like, literally, he laughed at me. Like, I tried to nurse him when I got back from the hospital, and he looked up at me and laughed. Like, what are you doing, Mom? Like, we're done with this. So we did formula for that, or after that, and we just did the Parents' Choice bottles, like the dollar ones from Walmart, and those were perfect. We also have a couple of the Dr. Brown's, where they have that insert thing that helps prevent bubbles. We had a big one, not big, but like a big one, and then we have a small one. My daughter likes a small one. The big one leaked all the time, so we didn't like that one. They're kind of finicky. We use sippy cups too. We have like the circle one where they practice like a cup, but then we just have normal sippy cups too. Let's see, what else do we have? There is something, if you are nursing, I don't know if this is a YouTube friendly topic. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I won't say it. If you're having a hard time nursing and that's something you want to do, I would say talk to a lactation consultant, because they can help you. I was having a hard time with my first kid, and they gave me like these domes to help. They gave me like these dome things to wear that would help, like, I don't know how to say this in an internet friendly way. They would just like help pop your nipple out farther so they could latch better. So you can ask your lactation consultant about that if that's something that they're having a hard time with. Another thing is, my mom told me this, so if you didn't know, I'm the youngest of 10 kids. So when my mom talks about like things like this, I listen, because she's done it all, right? She's literally like done it all. But she said that she advised me not to use nipple cream for nursing, because then it'll take longer for them to heal, because it is pretty painful, especially with, I found my second kid wasn't as bad as the first, but it can be pretty painful. Some women bleed, like it's not fun. But I found I did heal much quicker than my friends were, who had kids around the same time, when I didn't use the cream. So maybe that's something, but it can be helpful if you need it. Like, if you need it, don't like tough it out, right? But I was able to do it. So what other advice would I give for a new mom? Don't buy a lot of toys. We bought a ton of toys when I was pregnant with my first kid, and they they play with all their toys, right? But they also play with things like, oh, what's this box? Or like, they're just curious. They'll play with everything. My kids play in our cupboards in the kitchen and pull out all the water bottles or the pots and pans. So I would say buy a couple of those rings that link together that are colorful. I loved those. Rattle is a good one. My kids loved and still love, actually. I would say like bright, colorful things for like the littler kids. They really like to look at. They also like black and white when they're very, very newborn, because that's what they see in when they're super, super new. We have like the stackable cups that get smaller as you go. My kids love those. So I would just do like simple toys, really. But I wouldn't do a whole ton, especially when they're like super new. Tummy time, when they do tummy time, I would recommend laying a blanket down underneath them, because unless you vacuum right before you put them down, there's probably stuff they can like claw at, and there's a good chance they'll spit up and get milk all over the floor, and it will stink. And yeah, use a blanket. I don't know what other advice. What things are you guys worried about? This was a requested video, just like telling my favorite things. Yeah. I'm basically just gonna let my kid do the same thing I did with my first two, but figure it out for what this one likes. I would say I didn't use a bassinet. I just used straight to the crib, which was easy because then we didn't have to have the dealing with the transition of different mattresses and if they like that, if they don't. Yeah. At some point, your kids may attach to like a specific toy, like or stuffed bear or something. My daughter likes to sleep with her baby dolls, and my son likes to sleep with a koala bear. But that's a little bit older. I do recommend having formula on hand as a backup, just in case like something happens and they need it. But we did that. We just had a small can. Until I went to the hospital, we didn't really need it, but sometimes that's a good thing to have, just like in case, kind of ease your mind that they'll be fed no matter what. Let's see what else. They have those chewy things, like a mesh thing you can put frozen fruit in, and they'll gnaw on it when they're teething. We did that with my first kid, not with a second. He didn't really like it, so I didn't even bother trying with my second baby. Trying to think, I feel like it's been almost 2 years since my little girl was born. Her birthday's coming up soon in a couple months. She's like 20 months. So it's trying to think. And my son is 3, and my memory is terrible. But let's see here. The toys that make noise, however annoying they may be, seem to be the favorites. They love when they dance and make noise, and the little teddy bear that does the colors when you press the foot or the ear or whatever. They like that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like newborn things. Like, what did I use? I have a boppy. I do use a boppy. I also have the Breast Friend branded one, where it's like basically like a table. It's like hard and it goes behind your back and you buckle it. I do really like that one too. It just depends on where I'm sitting for which one I use. and how much I need to lift them up. The bigger they got, the breast friend one wasn't as convenient because it like sits them up high. But the Boppy's better for that. So I did use those. I do use those. With this one I will too. I don't know, you mainly just like snuggle them, the little ones. The older they get, the Boppy also is really nice when they're starting to learn how to sit, because you put it behind them, and then if they fall on a pillow, you know. Gives them a little support around their back. What else? I do recommend books. Read to your kids. They say that people who read to their kids at least 20 minutes every day have a better vocabulary like their kids do, and their speech is a whole lot better. So we love books. My kids get to have favorite books. We read them. The repetition is really, really good for them. So I do recommend books a lot. And you can do like the fun ones where they trace the fingers or the flaps, or we love all those books. Usborne books or paper pie, whatever they're called nowadays, they have really good books. They're kind of expensive, but I usually host a party for a friend and then get quite a few for a good price. What else? I'm trying to look around, see if I can see anything. While I'm pregnant, I have to sit, like when I sleep, I have like 4 pillows behind me because I get such bad heartburn during pregnancy that I can't lay down all the way. This pregnancy has been way worse than my first 2. I have, my stomach is bigger than it was for them. I haven't gained weight. I've lost weight for this pregnancy so far, but my stomach is bigger. My cousin even said a couple days ago, she looks at me and she goes, "Wow, Rach, you're getting big." Like, I know. I'm gonna be huge by the time the pregnancy's ending. I'm like, I'm 27 weeks right now, so like 13 weeks left. We're getting there, but I feel so big right now. I feel stretched out, and I'm not even like anywhere close to the max of stretching, so that's kind of not fun. Like I said, heartburn's been bad. I have a hard time sleeping, but I have insomnia even when I'm not pregnant. I have a terrible time. I need to check for like sleep apnea or something. I don't know. I know they recommend taking prenatals. I do this pregnancy. I did my first, but with my second, I couldn't. I would like throw them up every time, so I couldn't do that. But I did find, I don't remember the brand, but they also do like lactation milk supply supplements as well. But they have these little drink packets for prenatal vitamins. If I had known that for her, I probably would have tried those. But it tastes really good. I used them to help increase my milk supply with her, with my second baby. Milk, it's like, let me see if I can search it and show you what it looks like, because it was really helpful. And I just take the pills for prenatals right now, but they have like lactation cookies. They have, I didn't try the cookies, I tried the Cheez-Its. Those were gross. I will do the drink mix over that any day. And you just put it in about like 8 ounces of water. Let's see. It's Munchkin Milk Makers is the brand I've tried. So these Cheez-Its are disgusting. I do not recommend them. But if you're trying to increase your supply, I mean, you do what you gotta do. But they have the drink mixes. Let me find them. Munchkin milk makers. So that's what the drink mix looks like. It was actually really pretty good. So I used those. They have the same thing but for prenatal right here. The prenatal drink mix. So if you're having trouble keeping down the pills, maybe you can try that for the prenatal stuff. And it also says it has nausea relief, so that would be nice. So yeah, I really like the drink mixes. If I need to increase my milk supply this time around again, I'll probably use those again because they were really helpful. The first time around I did Carnation Breakfast Essentials. I drank one of those every day to help with my milk supply, which helped, but I also gained a lot of weight with them. So I think I like the drink mixes better than the breakfast essentials. Yeah, if you're having really bad morning sickness, this time around I had to drink a protein drink every day or else I would get so sick. And you want to just like snack throughout the day. You want to keep something in your stomach or else it's going to be awful. So I've had morning sickness with all of my kids. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about. I could probably talk about things for ages, but what else? When it comes time for them to do baby food, start with the vegetables first, or else if you do fruits before vegetables, they're probably not going to like the vegetables. That's my advice. And we kind of did that we did vegetables first with my son, but you kind of got to get a good mix. Like when you introduce the fruit, keep the vegetables in there too. Just because I feel like I didn't do that, and now I feel like my son is a super picky eater, but he loves fruit, so I mean that's good, right? Yeah, what else? What other advice do I have? I mean, I'm still new at this, even though this is the third time around. Every kid is different. Every kid's personality is different. What they like is different. Yeah. So you kind of just got to figure out what works for you and your family. For all of you expectant mothers out there, you can do it. I know it's hard. There are a lot of hard days, but it's the most rewarding thing ever, especially when they put that baby on your chest. It's the best feeling in the world. So I'm excited for those of you who are going to be parents for the first time. I know Grace B is pregnant right now, so excited for her. She's gonna be such a cute little mom. But yeah, it's a wild ride. Every kid is different. You're learning new things with every kid. So, yeah. Love you guys lots. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.